Hi, it's snowing here in England and it's the winter break in the Premier League, but I'm going to make you a video about football phrases. So lots of football phrases, what people use, and trying to describe them. See you in the classroom. Hello, in this lesson I'm going to give you 10 English football phrases. I'm sorry it's been a long time, but it has been cold in the UK, it's been snowing. I've come inside today, it's a little bit warmer. And okay, so I will give you the 10 phrases one by one, and then at the end of the video there is a short quiz to see if you can remember the phrases. Okay, I do quizzes in my Facebook group. I will put the link underneath the video. I have a Facebook group that I post free quizzes every 2 weeks, and there are discussion topics. So if you want, you can join there too. Okay, number one, a game of two halves. Okay, this is a common expression in football. It is to describe a match. Maybe in the first half your team was losing, and then in the second half your team was winning and maybe the better team, so it is a game of two halves. Okay, so to be under the cosh, or to put someone or a team under the cosh. Okay, so this is a common phrase in British English or in football, and it means to be under pressure. So if you say, we, the team, we were under the cosh in the second half, it means you were under pressure and the other team was the better team. They maybe had lots of chances, you were defending very deep, so maybe you can say, we were under the cosh. Or if you are the dominating team, you can say you can put we put them under the cosh. So it means we put them under pressure. It's a common phrase in football. I think it comes from a punishment in the 100, 200 years ago. The cosh or a cosh is like a short baseball bat, a truncheon, what maybe police carry. So to be under the cosh, it was a punishment. A cosh is also what hooligans or some fans, or if you are going for a fight, or you might take a cosh with you. I know some Napoli fans, when they came to Liverpool last season, there was a photograph of Napoli fans carrying koshes. It's something that maybe you take to a fight, is a cosh, but it's also a punishment from maybe 100, 200 years ago. So I think in America they say to be under the gun. So again, they like guns in America, but that's again some type of punishment, and it means to be under pressure. I think in Australia they say to be under the pump. It was some kind of punishment, something to do with a pump in Australia, but in the UK we say we were under the cosh, or we put them under the cosh. Or if somebody is under pressure, maybe a manager is under the cosh. If they have lost a few results, if they have lost a few games, they can be under the cosh.
We hope so. And we keep talking about United to go spend more money and get in the right place. I go back to results, getting the right characters in. Getting the right characters in who come in and who are comfortable playing for Man United, who are comfortable taking the ball in front of 75,000 people when you're under the cosh, you know. That's where the courage comes in.
Okay, the next one. So, to be on the front foot, or to be on the back foot. This is a phrase that people use in football. I think this comes from boxing. So to be on the front foot, if you are on the front foot, it means you are going forward, you are attacking, you are being aggressive, you are attacking somebody. But if you are on the back foot, it means you are defending yourself, you are trying to protect yourself, you are being more careful, more cautious. So in football, if a team is on the front foot, they are attacking. Usually they are being aggressive, they are taking the game to the other team, they are trying to play it forward. If a team is on the back foot, maybe they are just defending and playing deep.
What do you think was key to getting that result today?
I think the first goal, to be honest. I don't think we started the best. I think they started on the front foot, had 2 corners in the first minute.
Okay, this one, to be not at the races. Again, so this is your team. Maybe your team weren't or wasn't, depending how you want to use team. Your team wasn't at the races. So players and coaches use this to describe a team that didn't play to their usual standard. Maybe they had an off day, they didn't perform very well. So you can say we weren't at the races today, or we weren't at the races. So the races in British culture, horse racing is a big part of British culture, and the races are like a horse racing event. So if you say we weren't at the races, it means that your team didn't play well, they didn't perform very well, which was unusual. Maybe they were not performing to their usual level, so they weren't at the races.
When I was growing up as a kid, I think winning the league title when it was 42 games, it was always you can't lose more than 6 in a season. Or top teams would lose sort of 4 or 5 within a season, and you always have a bad day somewhere, don't you? You're not at the races.
Okay, so to put the game to bed. What do you think this means? Well, this means to make the game finished in some way. So if your team is winning maybe 2-0 and they have another chance and they make it 3-0, so it means the other team have a very small chance of winning because there is not much time to go. The team has put the game to bed. It's like, good night game, the game is over, we have won.
The first half in particular, did everything go as you expected? That was your game plan in action?
Yes, it was much better. Much better the first half than the second. Everything we tried to do and we planned to do against them worked really, really well. I think we had enough chances to put the game to bed much earlier.
Okay, so to be in the right place at the right time. I've underlined the prepositions in and at here. So this is when maybe a striker is trying to be humble or modest, and in the interview after the match he scored a goal, but he's trying to be humble and he might say, I was in the right place at the right time. Or maybe you can say it if somebody is lucky. Okay, number 7, to put it in the mixer. Okay, so this is a phrase, it's spoken English, it's only used in football really, so I think it comes from food, or the kitchen. The mixer is where you put food and you mix it all together, like the blender. And maybe you don't know what's going to happen, you don't know what's going to come out of it. So this is a phrase, to put it, which is the ball, in the mixer. And in this phrase only, the mixer is the penalty area. So this area of the football pitch, the penalty box, the box. So when your team is losing maybe, or you really need to score a goal, somebody might say, just put it in the mixer. So just kick the ball into the penalty area and hope that something happens. So to put it in the mixer means to put it into the penalty area and hope that somebody can head it, or it might fall to one of your players and somebody can score a goal. Okay, so this phrase is common in football, a last-ditch tackle. So here this adjective, last-ditch, and tackle, so to get the ball, or last-ditch defending. So this is an adjective here, so it's describing the type of tackle or it's describing the type of defending. And a last-ditch tackle is a tackle just when the striker is about to shoot or is about to run in on goal. A last-ditch tackle can just, you take the ball, but it's maybe like if you didn't take the ball, they would score, or they would have a really good chance. So a last-ditch tackle describes this type of tackle, really. I think this comes from the war, again. So a ditch is like a hole in the ground. And I think in the old times, they had trenches, like ditches. People used to dig holes and defend and fight from the ditch. Okay, so smash and grab. Okay, so smash and grab. This is to describe a performance where your team, or where a team maybe defends for 90 minutes of the match, but maybe for 1 minute they have an attack and they score, maybe from a corner or a free kick, and they win the match. But the other team had lots of chances, they were attacking. So this type of performance is a smash and grab. So it's like you stole the victory. Your team, you stole it. So the steal, stole, you stole the victory. So I think this comes from like when you are stealing something or robbing something, maybe in a jewelry shop or in a car, you smash the window and then grab what's inside. So it's like you stole the victory. So in this situation, it's like you grabbed the victory. Yes, you didn't grab any jewelry, you grabbed the victory, so it is a smash and grab. Okay, the last one, and this has become popular in the last 2 or 3 years, to park the bus. So this is a type of tactic maybe made famous by Jose Mourinho or maybe Diego Simeone, where teams like to defend very deep and they put a lot of players in front of the goal. So if they are defending, they might have this type of formation and just leave one striker up here. So it looks like they are parking the bus in front of the goal. Okay, we use it a lot in British football when a team defends like this, and that is their tactic, that is their strategy in the match. It is successful sometimes. Sometimes they are hoping for a counter-attack and sometimes they win the match. Okay, so thank you for watching. Please stay watching. There will be a chance for you to practice some of these phrases, and see you in the next video.